to go to the tanning, and we've
I love cardio. 45 minutes cardio wrapped up this morning, as you can see, lads. A little bit of a sweaty one. Hold on, I need to get a drink. That is the sweatiest cardio session I think I have done in a couple of years, but it was class. It looks like I came out the sauna, and I probably do need to go for a sauna with the little bit of water that we do be holding, but we are pretty much 2.5 weeks post show. I hope everyone is good, and I wanted to give a little update and take you through pretty much everything we're doing at the moment. You know, it's gone very, very fast the last 2.5 weeks since stepping off stage. It feels like a lot longer, to be completely honest, but I think we're doing pretty well. This reverse has just been flying by, but it's still very, very early days. Very, very early days. You know, a reverse is going to be a lot longer than 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? And I'm trying my best to manage it as best as possible, but there is struggles along the way. Do you know what I mean? And I'm really just enjoying it, man. And you know what I'm bloody enjoying the hell out of is just all the activity, all the exercise, the training, the cardio, the steps, just everything that I'm doing right now. Work is the best it's ever been. My training is getting back to a really nice point that I haven't had in, like, to be honest, like a long, long time, like that love for training. And my mindset towards absolutely everything is just perfect. And it's just about keeping that going here now, moving forward in the new series, and kind of in this new year. You know what I mean? I turned 24 there last week, I'm pretty sure. Did I? I'm pretty sure I did. And it's just about fucking running with it now, lads. So I'm going to take you through it all. We are currently sitting, it's hard to know with kind of what way my days look like. I'm really just getting back to like normality and just having flexibility. You know, some meals and everything are like later at night, like really just living a little bit more here now with everything that we're doing. There's no shitty food really going in or anything like that. There's no like cravings. There's nothing like that. Hunger, don't get me wrong, like appetite is high, especially at night. Like during the day and everything, I'm managing everything like just bang on, just like we were throughout the entire prep. Meals are all the exact same, and everything like that, and like fueling my training, just enjoying all the meals, you know, like my appetite as always. Yes, I was saying to Dan, she has half a stomach, I have 4 stomachs in terms of food. But later at night, when I'm sitting there idle, it can be a little bit tougher. And I'm not going to lie, you know, there has been some nights where food has been a little bit higher, and all it's been is just protein, a Greek yogurt bowl, a yogurt bowl to like fill me up. It's that chasing of satiety a small bit, but there's never been any day now since the show where I've lost control or anything like that. We're managing things very well, and having the holiday about 10 days away from here now is something that's also keeping me on it. You know, as I always say, the date and having a date is a massive, massive part of it. Since we got back from Marbella, we haven't done any real off-plan food. We're going to go for like our first proper off-plan meal date. Okay, call it a date. Me and Dan are really trying to get that back in now on a weekly as much as we can. This weekend on Saturday night, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. We're going for an Indian, which mightn't be the best thing, but we like an Indian. We really, really do. So we're going for an Indian. The only other meal we've got, which was last Saturday, was a Roosters, which is like an Irish Nando's. We prefer it to Nando's. Expensive chicken, basically. I get steak, a double steak wrap I got, and a couple of just like chicken wings. It's like grilled food. It's fucking nice, but it's expensive. So yeah, we're going for like our first proper like meal out date now this Saturday evening, and then we'll be like 7, 8, 9 days away from going on holidays, and it'll just be a case of managing it when we're on holidays as well. Do you know what I mean? But biggest thing for me here now is just being busy and being occupied and just managing things. We're sitting, which I was about to say at the start of chatting here, we're sitting around, it's hard to know, probably a little bit less if there wasn't as much water weight being held, under 75 kilo. So since stage, probably like about between 4 and 5 kilos above stage weight. I want to say we weren't exactly sure what we woke up on show day, but we want to be in and around, I would say, just over the 70 kilo mark, potentially a little bit heavier. And I've come back down to kind of hovering up and down some days, depending on what time I eat, like what the day before looks like, what inflammation is like. Like, it's unbelievable not having to worry about bloody inflammation or any shit like that. Having to worry about like water retention as such, like I'm really focused on like, fuel and training here right now at this point in time, and at the same time just not being silly and going in like and killing myself in the gym, even though that's hard right now with the motivation that I have. But I suppose just salt, like fueling with that. Like, you see how much fucking sweat I've just had there. Like, I'm gonna have a good bit of salt today, and water, just drinking a lot of water. There's a good bit of caffeine still going in, to manage appetite and hunger and everything. I'm just bloody enjoying it, you know what I mean? And my energy levels are just in a really, really good spot. And having that feeling back, having that normality starting to slowly come back, not back fully yet, but slowly starting to come back, is class. And I'm really, really enjoying it. So that's where we're at, like kind of the raw update. That's kind of how we're looking. As I said, like, yeah, nothing compared to where we were 2.5 weeks ago. But for me, personally, me looking at me, we're managing things really well. And that's the most important thing for me. Like, other people might look in, you might look in from the outside and say, God, he's fucked it. For me personally, I'm very, very happy with the position that we're in. And that might just be my head fried, and we might be in a much worse position than I think we are, but I think we're in a good spot. I think we really, really are. And this time, 4 years ago or 5 years ago, whenever my first shoot was, I was probably nearly back to square one, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks post photo shoot, which is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. And I've also just finished editing up a full video on how to prepare yourself to prep for your first photo shoot and do it successfully. The next step, the next stage is going to be talking about how to do that for your first bodybuilding prep. I know I've only done one prep. I know I've only done one season now of those 2 shows. But it was a great prep, lads. And this reverse is going to be really successful as well. Why? Because I'm saying it right now. I'm going to go for a shower. I'm going to get ourselves up out of bed. We will crack on with our day. And I'm just going to take you through what we take you through. Like, chill with it, just like we were on the lead up to these shows throughout the entire prep on the daily. We're going to do just that now, continuing on. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I'm only meant to be doing 20 minutes cardio every single day. If Keen's watching this as well, he's probably thinking, what are you doing 45 minutes cardio for? I'm doing 45 minutes cardio, lad, because I have holidays in 10 days and also going for a big Indian on Saturday night. Little prep spoon still in play, boys. This is going to be a raw video, and my favourite videos to make. I tell you what, there's a lot of salt gone on there. The pre-workout meal, a couple hours of work wrapped up. Cream of rice still in play, but we've got banana in there. I think I spoke about it last week. Dark chocolate for the pump. Peanut butter. That drizzler is a game changer. And we have, it's not there, it's over there, ESN cinnamon cereal, Conte's caramel biscuit cream of rice. Food post show. This is probably my favourite meal of the day, to be fair, because I'm like so excited to go and train and everything, and I'm just like, it'd be cool, like that kind of feeling during peak week, like doing the peak week. Like, that would be perfect, like, food setup, pre-workout, in the morning. If you did this meal, and then if I was leaving it a couple hours, if I had more food in me, I'd do, like, the rice cakes and banana and peanut butter and jam and salt and honey. And my man who tells me I'm food focused is going to be telling me I'm food focused today. In terms of food setup, if I can pull up the diet, like, not going to lie, food low, like, relatively low, if this is correct, but as I said, not low in terms of where I'm at, you know what I mean? But for my appetite, I suppose you could say, it is like relatively low. I'm pretty sure this is my diet. Yeah, this is my diet. Okay, because I just have it in my head. I have it in my fitness pal. A lot of the days I am doing macros, just in terms of like satiety and everything. Pretty much like 5 meals most of the time. Like it's been super, super busy. Life as a whole has just been super, super busy. Post show, especially like the last couple of weeks here now with like launching the photo shoot and just with work as a whole, which I'm fucking so, so happy for. Like if I was idle at any point in time, things would probably be a lot worse. You know what I mean? But training day food is 2,500 calories, 222 protein, 304 carb, 42 fat on a training day, and then rest day, little bit lower. It is just about 100 gram of carbs less and 10 grams of fat extra. So 2230 on a rest day. Now, if we weren't as heavy coming home from Marbella, it would probably be higher, but we had to pull off a chunk of weight. Do you know what I mean? Like I checked in with Keane when we got back from Marbella, I was 79 the morning after I got back, and just checked in, bang, you know, like still checking in here now. The accountability is the biggest thing, lads, you know what I mean? Like you will set yourself up for failure if you all of a sudden just finish any diet of any shape or form, regardless of how harsh it may be, extreme it may be, and just go about your own business and just like let everything slip. Like you see here me, like my routine is just the exact same because I'm still very close to where I was post show, you know, still feeling preppy on certain days, but that is going to be the pre-workout meal, and then we are headed in for pull. We've got pull today. I moved training around a little bit with stiff legs yesterday, first stiff leg session back in, which was very, very enjoyable, I must say. 3 plates only, pulled 3 plates, so we are a little bit away from our 4. Were we at four plates and a 15 on each side? Or was it 3 plates and a 15 on each side? 4 plates and a 15 on each side is a lot. No, we were definitely over 4 plates. Peak off season. 20 kilo heavier than where we're at right now. I think we can run that back without being 20 kilo heavier, to be honest. But yeah, hamstring focus, like hammy glutes. We have 2 leg days in there now, which is a big priority. Like the whole body is a big priority. Do you know what I mean? There's no like real specific areas. Do you know what I mean? Like, but just little things and things where we can place more volume on training at the same time. As much as I'm in there trying to like attack mode, I want to be able to like recover at the same time. It's the same there doing 45 minutes cardio this morning. I still need to be able to recover, but it's just like I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm not going to lie. And that's what I'm going to do with this bowl of cream and ice. I'm going to mess it up and then going to go back to work, let it settle. And then I'm going to get in and we're going to try and pull. Black tea. Still no milk in the tea. I'll probably never drink milk in tea again. Or will I? It's just those small little things like aren't necessary for me right now to be adding extra calories. You know what I mean? But what a combo. What a combo. Now, someone, like I was saying with the yogurt bowl and stuff earlier, having that extra hit of protein. Like there has been some evenings, you know, where the protein has gone a good bit higher. Carbs have gone a bit higher. Fats have gone a bit higher. I ain't going to tell you every single day here now since I got back from Marbella has been nails. But there hasn't been any, like, as I said, losing control. And I said that to Keane in my check-in this week. That's been the biggest win for me, is I haven't lost control once. And if I continue to not lose control, that would be the biggest win for me. But also keeping on top of things here, lads, having that discipline. You know, if I'm able to do it for 6 months and not miss a single beat, I can do it here now. And it's just about keeping that up. But there's going to be different camps. You know, one fella watching this video is going to look and say, lad, you need to give yourself more flexibility. You know, eat the cookies, do this. And I have actually, from Little Bakery, Dan got a pack of 4 chocolate chip cookies and I've had a couple of bites of 1 or 2 of them. Not going to lie, I have. She also got a big bag coming home from Spain of Dime little yolks. That's 30 calories per one. My phone is ringing and I've had a couple of them, not going to lie. Other than that, there hasn't been anything. And then, like I said, just like the extra protein, Greek yogurt bowls, like a sludge or something, just to like fill me that little bit more. And I'd much rather do that and get that into me than just go down to the kitchen late at night and be like, right, what's here? And just let the floodgates open, you know, that kind of way. So I'm happy, I'm content with that. And mindset wise, it hasn't been like, oh, I fucked up, and then that's led me on to a binge or something like that, because that's what's happened to me in the past. And if we don't do that now, we stay in control as such, we're going to be in a good spot. And it's just keeping activity high then. And as I said to you, there's going to be that fella in that camp who's saying, like, you need more flexibility, you need more this, that and the other, enjoy yourself. There's going to be a fella in this camp saying, lad, you need to be more honest. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that. Like, it's post-show, bro. And then there's going to be people in the camp who are like, just watching this and not giving a shit and hopefully getting their cardio done. You know what I mean? It's all, at the end of the day, something that we don't need to deep, lads. You know what I mean? It's not life or death. And that's a big reason why this reverse will be successful. It's my motivation there now, lads. I'm just finishing up check-ins for the morning. And then when we get back from the gym, we'll be in for consultations. Consultations in regards to the photo shoot, and then also just normal one-to-one coaching as well. And that is where we're at. I suppose, you know, end of July now, people starting to realise, okay, you know, coming out the back end of summer, we still have a little bit of summer left. You can still take advantage of that, but realising maybe I have let things slip a small little bit here, and just really looking for that accountability now, looking for that structure. So that's why I'm here. That is why I am here. It's like myself. I need that accountability. I need that structure coming here now, post-show, you know, with my training, with my food. And for a lot of people, what I've noticed recently in regards to their setup is they're running, they're training, they're doing all the activity. But the one common thing across the board that they're saying to me is my diet. I haven't a clue what to do with the diet. And for me, it's a case of what they're saying. And what they're basically saying is, I'm spending all this money on, you know, gym and everything every single month. I'm going in, spending all this time in here in the gym every month. I'm not seeing a return from that. And it's because I don't know what to do with my diet. And at the end of the day, the diet is the kingpin in terms of changing body composition. You know, get those two in line and you're off to the races. Have your accountability, have your adherence, have your structure, enjoyment, a sustainable plan. You're going to see results. If you put in the work, you have that discipline, you have that willpower to power through, you're going to see results. Another thing is, for me, you know, having that, I suppose, just calendar full right now post-show is so important. Like I was saying earlier, if I was idle, the environment is another massive thing, you know, like I'd just be down to the kitchen, bang, bang, bang. Like there will be probably certain days there. Today was one of them where I was like, I might have to just like get out of the house, because I was saying to Dan yesterday when she was at home here with me, I was like, finish the post-workout meal, and I was like, I'm going back to work. I just need to get up here and get back to work, because I was like, I could just sit there and just eat for the sake of it, and that's exactly what I would have done before, and it's exactly what I've said to myself is not happening now. I'm being in control. I have been in control ever since show, and that's the way it's going to stay, and that's just like a win every single day. You know, it's just like ticking your boxes every single day. It's just like those little wins every single day. So environment really is a big thing for you, you know, in regards to how successful you're going to be with whatever phase you're going through, and how quick you're going to be able to like get through a phase, and how good a phase can be, you know, that kind of way. I know I'm talking a lot of different topics here this morning, but just getting my thoughts across out here on 2E like we do every single day. Carbs are in, lads. Salt and carbs are in. Fat distribution is always a funny one, isn't it? Because it's always different, I think, every time as well, when you're trying to lose fat and then when you're gaining the fat back. Like my legs are the thing that's probably staying the leanest on me right now. But my legs are also probably the one thing alongside the belly that takes the longest to get lean at the very start. But it's nice to see that there's still a couple of veins there, because we are a good few carbs deep, lad, and I am roasting, and the pre-workout is about to go in. We'll do HydroFlow Intra. As I said, there's a good lot of, you know, salt going in there just from the amount of sweating that I'm doing at the minute now. But we've got Conte's The Stim pre-workout here again. Actually really like it. I do need to get myself a pump take advantage of these post-show pumps while I still can. At the end of the day, like, is it necessary? Do you need it? Absolutely not. From the carbs, the salt and everything, you're good to go, you know what I mean? But it's just an extra little thing there that, you know, for enjoyment more than anything that you can have. So our week of 1 to 2 RIR was last week's couple of days of training, that. But the logbook has been opened up now 3 times, so we're on pull, and today is Wednesday the 30th. So this gym shop is some bit of kit. Single arm start off, I did pull over just to warm up the lats, and now we're into single arm gym shop, T-bar, single arm cable row. I'm going to do extreme row for more upper back, and then an upper back pull down, potentially rear delt fly, 2 bicep exercises, and just set baselines now for this session. This will be the first pull session, kind of setting baseline numbers. And I was saying on my story there a while ago, just kind of giving like a little bit of a post-show update, where we're at 2.5 weeks post. For me, with the want, like you saw there this morning with the 45 minutes cardio, is about finding that balance now. Fine at the moment, but when we, you know, get into off-season mode and like we're really trying to grow efficiently, it's about trying to, you know, find that balance and strike that balance between being able to grow as efficiently as we can, trying to stay fit the whole time and lean, but be able to grow like as quick as I can and as efficiently as I can at the same time. So it's all going to be kind of new in front of us, but I only have about an hour here to train, so we're going to crack on and take it through the session. Boys, I wasn't sure if it was a sauna I was in or the gym. That was a lovely session. A very, very sweaty session. But nonetheless, very, very good. Very, very happy with that. But we must keep the show on the road, lad. Must keep the show on the road. Very, very happy with that now. I was going to pause as well because there was a nice little pump on, I think. Bathroom was full, and you know the last time I tried to pose outside FLF with this camera and tripod, it didn't end so well, and I wasn't risking breaking the camera again for a back double bicep, lad. When you get off plan and you go off plan for a certain period of time, it's so much easier, and you'll find yourself, it's so much easier to have stayed on plan, right, than it is to try and get back on plan. You know, that kind of way. And that's a big thing that people just find it really hard, and that's how you can go down that slippery slope. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be a piece of piss there for you to just go straight back in here now and get locked back in straight away in terms of the way your diet looked pre-shoot last year. You know what I mean? Part of the job, lads. Part of the stay-at-home job. This, for people who don't get what online coaching is probably like my hardest job of the day. In like people who think, you know, coaching isn't a real job, or what I do isn't a proper job. If you know, other coaches watching this will know. But we are about to get in for a little step block. Another productive afternoon on the phone. I've yet to shower after the gym. I know, but I will get that in. It's just I do have more expenditure to do. I have a lot of steps left to do. It's one thing when you are stuck behind the desk, and I can relate in ways to people, you know, being in the office all day long, but you have to make time for it. You have to allot different things for it. Early in the day before you start work, on your breaks, after work, all these small little pockets of time that we can get our steps done. If that's what you want to do. I know there's going to be people that will listen to that and think, you know, you can go for steps whenever you want, lad. Not really, you know, like I have a full day's work to do as well, you know, and it's only getting bloody busier. He's a runner, he's a track star. I'm only taking the mess. It is about to start raining down top of me, but before long, lads, we'll be doing cardio in the morning, strength in the middle of the day, some aerobic running to work on the aerobic fitness. Is that what it is? In the evening times? Look, I'm just seeing what the crack is. Again, as I said earlier, my want and energy for activity is so high, and most importantly for me right now, it's going to help me stay lean, and then it's going to be finding what works in terms of being able to grow efficiently, like, which is the priority here, as it always has been, and get ourselves into this off season once and for all. But I want to stay fit, I want to stay healthy. Think of the insides as well, not always just the outsides. I want to be an athlete year round. I want to be an athlete, not just someone who is in the gym lifting weights. All of this stuff outside of just lifting weights as well is going to help me lift weight. Being fit makes it easier to lift weight. Keeping your cardio up year round makes it easier to lift weight. And it's just taking everything I was doing here, not running or anything, but like cardio and everything in prep to get lean, into the reverse, into the off season, and keeping the routine more than anything. It's when routine slips is when people start to go downhill. It's where body fat all of a sudden just starts to accrue out of nowhere. And even though you might be like on it in terms of tracking your food, all small little things, but I haven't actually eaten that many carbs today. I still have a couple little steps to get done, so it's just a quick way to get steps done, isn't it, really? That's the way I look at a little jog, you could say. But probably have a nice little stir fry or something now with Dan this evening. That's what we're feeling. The fridge, lads. The fridge, this is what it's looking like. Pretty much everything the exact same as it was now in prep. You know, all veg, very, very similar here. Do have some tender stem broccoli. What do I need here now? I need my egg whites. We do have for the rest day, we've got the salmon. Also, medallions, I did say, maybe not the butter, that will be Danielle's. I did pick up the other day. Who is here since the chub pudding days and the fraudulent behaviour of them? But I did pick up some puddings. There's medallions there. Me and Dan said we might do a little fry at the weekend. And yeah, everything is still looking pretty much the exact same. Plenty of GH bottles in there that I need to get rid of. Spinach. Same goes here now for all the presses. You know, everything is the exact same, lads. The minute you start switching things up and not really doing the same shot that you kind of would do, yeah, don't get me wrong, you know, you'll have your extra bits there. Like, I've got my salmon, I've got the different variety of veg, like obviously my banana, I've got sourdough bread, rice cakes. That wasn't in, like, coming up the back end of prep, but more carbs going in now, you know. Oats obviously back in the diet. We're going to do a full day of eating over the next couple of days, so if you're not subscribed already, get subscribed. The egg white meal is going in right now. Yeah. Egg whites are just crazy. Crazy. I'll put my seasonings on there. Literally protein. Protein only, lads. 200 grams, 20 grams of protein. I suppose this... I do feel like I'm definitely holding a bit of water, but this, I suppose, while we're waiting for a meal, lads, with no pump, is kind of like how we're looking. You know, I'm going to be fully transparent with absolutely everything here. No pump, good few hours post training. That is how we are looking while we're waiting for a meal. Work is pretty much wrapped up. We've got this meal, chicken meal later, creamy. I think that's pretty much it, and we'll see after that. We'll see after that. I'm excited to go out for dinner with Dan now as well on Saturday evening. But we're up in Dublin, near Dublin, actually, in a gym that I've been excited to try as well with one of the boys for a training session this week, which is going to be fun. And then he's off to Ibiza next week. My man Jay. You might be watching this, lad. Nothing beats it. You know what the sound of that is, lads, as I said to you a couple of weeks ago. After a lovely shower is the day wrapping up. Nearly, pretty much. Just going to get a few bits in line here now. I'm going to take you through a full day of eating in the next video. It's about goddamn time we took you through it. We're going to get dinner up in us. We are going to get a nice early night and first go into the sunbed shop here now and lock up that. Dan is just home from whatever she was up to for the evening. I am wrapped up for the day. Steps are done for the day. All activity is done. I don't think there's that much else to report. That is like what a given day is looking like. It's pretty much working, eating, training. Not 100% sure what else really. Hope you're enjoying the videos. I hope I'm giving you something. Hope we're going to continue on here now into a very, very exciting couple of months. Bit of a moon face going there, lads. Bit of a moon face. What do you reckon? But let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I have, like, as I said, lots kind of in my head of what I really want to get out on here over the next little while. Full day of eating, supplementation, everything that I'm doing in regards to what I'm putting into my body here now, post-show, and the focus being obviously recovery to get ourselves set up for a very, very big off-season, very long off-season, very, very long off-season. As much as I'm talking about it, we need to get there first, so health is a priority. We are going to be getting bloods done pretty much when we come back from holidays, I want to say. Pretty much when I come back from holidays. Like, getting them done there directly after the show would not have been a good idea. Wouldn't have been good for the head, and just a waste of money at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you can see what they're like when they're at their worst, but hopefully we're bringing them back to life here now. We are in cruise mode, and more on that probably in the next video, because today's video has probably been long enough, but we are pretty much kind of off cycle now, in cruise mode, so everything's come back down to like physiological ranges, you could say, and we're not blasting the level of gear that we were blasting there in the lead up to the shows, obviously on prep, you know. And as it actually comes around, I'm pretty sure I was underdosing throughout the majority of my prep, which is probably a little bit of a reason why a little bit of muscle might have been lost as well. I'll tell you what, I will not be underdosing with all the training, all the muscle that needs to be built here now over the next couple of months. I'll make sure that the dosages are correct. Can I do a sunbed, please?